Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my guide to Arcadian Cruiserweight Division's third match against the Brute Abominator. This normal mode may seem like a cut above most others, but it's just a matter of thinking one step ahead. For Phase 1, Brute Abominator will introduce a few basic concepts. Brutal Impact is a multi-hit raid-wide to mitt and heal through. It will continue to occur throughout the fight and will hit significantly more times in the later phases, so don't be caught off guard. Next is one of his main gimmicks, Stone Ringer. This attack will cause Brute to create a weapon out of his very flesh. The stabbing creates a giant sword, while the bludgeoning creates a giant club. This will be followed with Brutish Swing. This attack will do a shared tank buster on one of the tanks, while also doing an AoE that everyone needs to avoid. If he's holding a sword, it will be a donut AoE, so get under him. If he's holding the club, it's a point-blank AoE, so get away from him. Make sure to keep an eye on which weapon he pulled out beforehand, or just look at the cast bar, though it's a good idea to keep an eye on the weapon for how the mechanic will change later. After the Brutish Swing, the boss will cast Spore Sack. This places 4 AoEs, one on each side of the room. These will then branch out and hit the room with several additional AoEs. The boss will begin casting Pulp Smash as these AoEs are resolving, a split damage AoE. Ensure the entire party dodges to the same safe spot, usually just behind the boss on either side. There will be a second AoE under the impact zone and several conal AoEs coming out of that point too. As soon as the AoEs resolve, 4 blooming abominations will spawn, which the tank should pick up. After a few seconds, they will do AoEs, some big cross AoEs, and a single donut AoE. Ideally, both tanks interrupt one target each, and any fizz ranged in your party will take whatever is left over. Everyone just needs to dodge whatever they can while killing off the blooms. Ideally, you can actually kill some of the blooms before these AoEs resolve, and that'll make it even easier. Brute will then cast Quarry Swamp, a room-wide Petrify. If you're hit by this and petrified, then any damage you take will be lethal. For this, you just need to use the bodies of the blooms to create a line of sight between the boss and yourself. So hide behind their corpses once they're dead. One time I swear I used an alive one to line of sight this, but don't take my anecdote for truth. Quarry Swamp will also cause the cameras to fall on the arena, doing 3 back-to-back proximity AoEs. Just start where the third one appears and dodge to where the first one crashes down. After this will be another Stone Ringer, whatever is the opposite of the first one. If it was sword first, it'll be club second, and vice versa. Once the Stone Ringer resolves, the entire party should head to the north side of the room, while Brute uses Neo Bombarian Special. This will destroy the arena that you're currently on and send players flying away. By standing on the north side, you'll be knocked to a second arena and begin a new phase. If you're not there, you're gonna die. The main gimmick of this phase is the 3 buildings that Brute can jump between while doing his mechanics. He'll start with a Stone Ringer on the first building, which just works the same as before, but that AoE will now come from where he is on the wall. He'll then do a second Stone Ringer, but jump to the southwest building to do the Brutish Swing. Just be ready to move over there if it's sword, which for me it anecdotally was every time, but whichever weapon he has, just be ready to do it from his second location. This is immediately followed by Glower Power, which is a spread AoE on every player and a line AoE from Brute's location. Spread as best as possible and dodge the AoE. A tank then gets a proximity AoE that they should bring away from the party as you usually would. Brute then uses Revenge of the Vines, dealing significant AoE damage for you to mitigate and heal through. It also covers the buildings in vines, but I couldn't find any notable effect on his skills. So maybe there's something I'm missing, but it just looked like raid wides, and hey, cool, the buildings are covered in vines. Maybe it'll matter more in Savage. He'll then do a combo of Stone Ringer and Spore Explosion, which is just 3 back-to-back AoEs to avoid. He'll jump to the northeast building around the third Spore Explosion, so you'll want to be dodging in such a way that you can get to that building if he's wielding a sword, which, once again, anecdotally, he has for me every time. It makes sense because there's another Glower Power here, and if it wasn't a get close to him AoE, then the Glower Power would be a very strange choice. With that, Brute will use Power Slam, jumping on the arena and breaking it, dropping you down to an arena eerily similar to his lightweight division arena. This begins the final phase. This last phase is everything you've done so far, just comboed together with a couple of new fun things tossed in. Brute gains access to Stone Ringer 2, causing him to wield both a sword and a club at the same time. Now every time he uses Brutish Swing, one of the two weapons will glow, indicating that that is the one that he's going to be using and determining what AoE you need to avoid. After using a weapon, it will be destroyed, so whichever he uses first, he'll automatically use the opposite one the second time. He will also always jump to a wall during Stoneringer 2's brutish swings, so keep an eye on where he's jumping. After using Stoneringer 2, Brute uses Spore Sack again before jumping to a wall. Once you do the first weapon AoE, you'll need to dodge the Spore Sack AoEs while eating a Revenge of the Vines. This is then followed by a Lariat from the boss, which works exactly the same as his lightweight division Lariat. Get away from the glowy side of the boss more than halfway across the room, and note that he will jump to the opposite side wall. This is then followed by the opposite weapon's brutish swing, so the party should worry about dodging that over the tanks picking up the ads spawned by Spore Sacks. Just stick together so the tanks have an easier time regardless of what the pattern is. Once the second weapon goes off, Brute will use Slaminator, a split damage tower in the center of the room. Just make sure everyone is in this while you're AoEing down the ads. Quarry Swamp will happen right after, so hide behind the bloom corpses again. Brutal Impact comes right after Quarry Swamp, so anyone who gets petrified is definitely gonna die. Everyone else will be hit several more times than in the earlier phases, so ensure you don't die to lack of mitt and heals. After a standalone Stoneringer plus Brutish Swing combo will be another Stoneringer 2, but this one is much easier than the first one. This one will go Brutish Swing, Glower Power, Lashing Lariat, Brutish Swing, Revenge of the Vines, into Slaminator. No spores or ads, just good old-fashioned dodge everything. With that, the fight now goes on repeat until you manage to put him down for good this time. And that's going to be a wrap for my guide to the third match in the Cruiserweight division of the Arcadian. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned because I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing what Savage has in store for us next week. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.